What was your cringe phase like? When I was 8, I had a leather jacket, a mullet, wore sunglasses to school, and insisted everyone called me Razor. When I was 8 I wore a Hawaiian lei and insisted that people call me Mango, but only during recess. It was because I was trying to create a tribe and I don't understand why I wanted to do it to this day. I don't feel like I had one, which makes me concerned that I'm in it right now. I thought white hair would be cool, proceeded to bleach my hair into oblivion. A hairdresser sold me the industrial strength peroxide and was like, just don't tell anyone where you got it. It got so bad it would break like dandelions in a strong wind. I was in my 20s, straight, and black. It was not a good look. Hello YouTube, and welcome to a new Minecraft Let's Play. My 9-year-old brother has just started this phase. I can't wait to show everyone at his wedding. Metalhead obsessed with the concept of real metal and telling people their music taste sucked. I have a friend turning 24 this year that is still in this phase. Hating on everything that was considered mainstream, especially girls that tried to look good and were all about makeup and pop music. Same. I stopped hating after I realized that it gave me no friends. I hated hating. Mullet and glam metal. Posters of glam metal doucher bags on my bedroom walls. Frick. Wicca. I dyed my hair black and wore all black clothing and wore a big ass pentagram around my neck. For a short while there I thought I'd tapped into some hidden ancient folklore. How was I supposed to know anyone with sandalwood candles and a GeoCities account could just make stuff up and put it online? I was a weeaboo for years. Between the ages of 12-16 I thought anime in Japan were the best things ever and obnoxiously pushed it on people and thought I was so awesome. It was awful now that I look back. I worked at a comic store. I hated kids like you. I was trolling on various forums across the internet. Now I do all my trolling in one place. My hero. I never washed my face, had bad acne, and constantly preached about how little I cared what other people thought of me. Spoiler alert, I cared a lot. Also I was a weeb and was seriously convinced I was Japanese in another life. I was 13. Weeb. Now that I'm done feeling self-righteous I can go back to watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, subbed of course. I unironically had a sticker on my shoulder bag that said, "You laugh because I'm different. I laugh because you're all the same." I was one of those I'm not like other girls girl with the crazy hair colors and the nose piercing. My I'm not like other guys phase would have been very excited to meet you. As a 13-year-old girl, crying to my parents about how no boys were interested in me so I'd never have a boyfriend. Still don't get how my dad was able to keep a straight face while he was comforting me. He's awesome. He was probably really relieved no boys liked you. I used to have this cheap trench raincoat that you buy all folded up in a bag from Walmart or wherever. I'd walk around in the hot sun with dollar store sunglasses in that thin plastic sheet of a coat and pretend I was a character from the Matrix. I was 13. I might win this. I was an Othakin for a year. Jeez. This definitely goes on the throwaway. Fedora. Fingerless gloves. Ghostbuster messenger bag. I've never seen Ghostbusters. The biggest cringe here is that you haven't seen Ghostbusters yet. I was that dude who wore that one Cookie Monster hat and drank Monster. I was 9 at the time. Went through a phase in 8th-9th grade where I would deliberately mismatch clothes because I thought it was artistic and edgy. I really just looked like a dork wearing a flannel long sleeved shirt, a no fear shirt, with a pair of velvet burgundy jeans. I went through a semi-emo skater phase a few years later where everyone thought I was goth, but it wasn't even remotely close to the cringe of my 8th-9th grade years. Hanging out with antisocial people, so I'd take trays from them, like always being on my phone and not going to any parties, never getting a haircut but at the same time not styling my hair. It was basically a bold cut cross emo fringe. Being a music elitist, I started listening to hip hop, but not really. The way I saw it was Eminem was the #1 rapper and the only good one. I'd only listen to him and no one else. I thought I was so badass when I showed another kid Lose Yourself. Remember that girl from middle school who wore all black Only listened to the Cure and Dashboard Confessional Eskimo, would only talk in sardonic half answers or through obscure literary quotes, and generally had an obnoxious air of superiority that she thought wouldn't show through the illusion of depression that she put out. Yeah, we sucked. I had this scene phase where I'd throw money at Hot Topic and buy Pikachu shirts and wear it outside, wore striped socks over my school uniform, joined anime club with a bunch of weeaboos and started talking in Japanese. I'm Vietnamese. It was so cringy, oh god. I always picture weeaboos as being white kids, or in my case, Hispanic. I never considered other Asian people could be weeaboos too lol. Found obsess holidays, Ferris wheel day, brownie day, and talked about them. And I also in class would just fart and not even care even if I ripped aloud. Smelly one. Why you do that? Obesity and acne instantly made me the go-to kid to be made fun of. It made me so depressed I never did my hair, barely cleaned, and never brushed my teeth. I didn't want to do anything at all, so I became more and more disgusting until my body couldn't take it and I became incredibly ill over and over again. So I started cleaning myself more. I started dressing better. I started eating better. 60 pounds later and a fairly nice wardrobe, I've become the silent kid at a college campus who spends most of his time alone. Gladly, but I'm going for a teaching degree because I love being in front of a crowd of people. Just wanna say good for you, and even though this is just a Reddit comment, I'm proud of you. Frick that other person. Depression can be crippling. I applaud you. Getting melodramatic about everything related to a girl. Thinking my first serious girlfriend, a terrible person, in hindsight, was the only one I could ever be with and my only chance for happiness. Even though 99% of the time we were together I was miserable, spending way too much of my time preoccupied with her and or missing out on other great things in life because I would rather sit around and do nothing with her. I got so drunk I started a second account and don't remember it. The typical but I'm such a nice guy. Why does literally every girl pick the jerk over such a gentleman like me? I was the guy who unironically used the term friend zone and thought that girls not liking me was because girls were evil, and not because I was chubby, awkward, timid, obnoxious, and had no interesting qualities. Thinking you deserve a girlfriend because you're nice guy is like a restaurant thinking it deserves a 5-star rating because its food is edible. I don't think I ever went full nice guy status, but I definitely embodied elements of it during my formative high school years. Later in college, I lived in a house with 3 girls, and I think it helped immensely with my ability to just talk to them like normal people without obsessing over the fact that they were female. My cringe phase had phases. That's how bad it was. We start with the metal phase in 08, with a musical dud that consisted only of the likes of Disturbed, Godsmack, and Rise Against. I dyed my hair dark blue and wore only band t-shirts. I feel bad for my parents driving me when I insisted we listened to metal and I sang to it. Then comes the nice guy phase. I didn't understand why I wasn't drowning in a cubic mile of coochie because I was such a gentleman. It was probably just that drove them away. The fedora likely helped too. Moving on. We arrive at the OMG so R&M XD phase, where Cheeseburger was the funniest website, Smosh was the greatest YouTube channel to ever exist, and Bacon Rainbow's cat memes, a combination, were the pinnacles of comedy. The fedora made a return here. I also only ate health food and shamed anyone who ate junk food because I needed something to get above, I guess. More on that in a sec. The everything mainstream sucks phase. I couldn't enjoy things just because a lot of people liked them. While I admit I still get a good feeling out of finding something that's not very well known, I don't go around telling everyone that the music I listen to and the games I play are superior to theirs. And there you have the youth at goo I'm alone cringe cycle. I was 14 and wrote emo poetry and nobody understood me. Oh, and I would ask out guys by writing them love letters or Facebook messaging them. Wearing all black, listening to emo music, and being deep in my feelings. IT's not a phase, mom. Oh man, as a girl, I hit puberty and a big Nirvana stage around 11. I went to a middle school with about 400 kids and was pretty easily the tallest of any of them. I just grew like a freaking weed overnight. I was just this gangly, grungy, headbanging mess. I thought I could make a cool YouTube channel playing mobile games. I didn't really had a good computer to run PC games, but I found a jailbroken app that can screen record games. It was very laggy since I didn't have a good phone, so the games always kept crashing mid-recording. I still uploaded those dang videos. Also, the screen recorder let you record your voice, so I had really bad commentary. My voice was sometimes muffled, since I didn't realize that I put my finger over the mic. I looked back on those videos. Oh man, I cringed so hard that I deleted them. Long hair parted in the middle, huge Coke bottle glasses, flannel shirts every day with ripped jeans. I was totally grunge. In middle school, I only wore polo shirts, had really ugly glasses, my hair was a mess and had braces. I then transitioned into the XD phase, wore those t-shirts that had puns on them X, get off my grill with a grill and food on it, and thought I was so emo because I loved MCR. I was a hot mess. I was a wigger. I thought I was cool growing up around black kids and emulating black people. In reality, I just looked stupid doing it. I haven't heard that word in a long time. I was that kind of atheist, you know, the one who looks down on people for believing in God. I used to think I was one of the most smart mythfreakers alive because I didn't believe in the stupid Bible and those silly myths. Then, college happened. I met a lot of really smart, caring and awesome Christians. I even fell in love with a Catholic girl, something my teenage self swore to never do. I realized I was being a butthole for criticizing other over what they believe in, what they connect with, what makes them feel like they have a purpose in life. So, I chilled the frick down. I'm still an atheist, but I respect other people's beliefs the same way that I like my views respected. I feel you. I was the exact same way. I hate intolerance and Christians, was pretty much my motto ironically. Luckily I realized what an idiot I was before I said anything stupid to someone. Wanna be edgy AF, born in the wrong generation classic rock kid. I think anyone who isn't into top 40 stuff goes through that phase, because classic rock is the next most accessible genre of music. Once I started exploring more genres, I broke out of that shell, thank God. Being thrown into a public school as a whiny foreign white girl who had friends that thought they were Bloods. We didn't have any red bandanas, so wore those generic red tea towels. Not even kidding, I hate myself. I wore a colander on my head to school because I was a Pastafarian. I like all music except for country and rap. I used to say that. Then I discovered bluegrass, rockabilly, and Johnny Cash, and a slew of good hip hop artists. Also, there's a bunch in the all music category which I don't like or haven't heard of. I went through an all-out Naruto phase. I spoke broken Japanese. I brought my manga collection to school. I wore the headband in public, etc. I like to pretend like I ceased to exist from 12-16. Where do I start? There was the edgy phase. Think stupid hair, fringe over eyes. First a terrible ginger bob, then dyed black. The black jeans with an unnecessary amount of belts and zips. The black nail polish. Purple lipstick and fingerless gloves. I looked edgy as heck, and regret every moment of it. Next came the oh crap I'm actually an awkward nerd. Why bother hiding it under layers of emo phase? Wore a fedora unironically. Lived off of Mountain Dew and Doritos. Got in arguments on the internet with strangers over whether Star Wars or Star Trek is better. I've since ditched the fedora and nice guy attitude, but pretty sure I'm still stuck in that. Like this video and this good weeaboo will play you a nice song. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.